It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Aviators and the Tigers, under the lights on Thursday night.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And off we go from Honolulu. Valus Jones now on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. Leading them out in year 11. He's played 15 or more games every season in the league. A real Iron Man, Derek Carr.
One thing you can always trust about Carr is to give you a lot of games and a whole lot of numbers as a starter each and every season. He's just got a lightning-quick release. I love watching him throw a football, but he's not gotten a lot of chances at postseason moments, and time is not on his side.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second and 6 coming up here. Again, it's Gibbs. It's it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Third and a lone yard coming up. Another one for Gibbs. He's got room to roam here. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And they'll have first down.
Win the early battle. Give a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Carr here from the gun. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown! The Tigers finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one right down the middle. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Starting from the 5. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick, who unfortunately had that rookie season cut short at just 4 games. Good to have him back from Florida, Anthony Richardson.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be second down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Completed over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. Mitchell up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away at you and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Motioning the tight end now. Richardson on 3rd. He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Aviators getting their special teams out onto the field. And he's got a good chance to really stick them deep his first time out. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Palmer coming in motion left. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Traps, screens, draws, you need the element of surprise. The problem is, this defense was all over that draw. You couldn't fool them, even if you wanted to.
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. And the fair catch brought in right at the 40. The Aviators and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and that next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
This offense getting all set for this series. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to the air. Carr. Pressure's on him, and it gets home. He's dropped. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Now they send their back in motion right. Into the hands of Gibbs. Rolling into enemy territory. Now he's past the 25. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Tigers pull out in front further, 13-zip. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now Richardson to throw. Finds his man. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On first down, it's Richardson. Into the hands of Michael Wilson. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 now from the 30. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. It's a 2-score game early. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Running right with Mitchell. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. To throw, Richardson. Has it in close. He has the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Aviators chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Jones. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Tigers and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots at this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. Carr off the play fake. He put some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Oh, he loses the football. Recovered by the defense. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. Carr with it on 3rd and short. Escapes the pocket. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And something on the return, but not much, as this still ends inside the 20. The Aviators ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Mitchell on the give, headed left. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Play action with Richardson. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Throw complete to Sinnott. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be a 1st down. Here's Mitchell. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pass complete to Mechie. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Now after the play, we've got somebody shaken up, and as we pause, yeah, we see that's Elijah Mitchell, who's in need of some assistance. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw, here's Richardson. He brings it in, and in for the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Aviators tie things up at 14. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here's Jones. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Tigers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Man in motion, out of the slot. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Dumped off to his running back. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Carr. They bring the pressure, down he goes! And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
The best defenses today, Kate, the best defenders today, they're versatile with a capital V. That safety right there, and he was not about for a second to get beaten outside. He cuts that quarterback down for a sack.
On again comes Jake Camarda to punt this away. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Aviators and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Second and 3 now. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a pick up of 14 yards, and the chains reset.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Offense to the line for second down. From the 34. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll give him a first down. Richardson bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's on the move. He's running for it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. So it's the 2-minute warning from Honolulu. It's the Aviators, who have 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He's got it. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
On the move, headed right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Aviators get some late points and the lead. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. His 3rd total score this game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10, here's Carr. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
3rd down run by Gibbs. And he'll get it up to the 27. The defense calls the timeouts. That's their first. The Tigers getting their punt team out there. It'll be Jake Camarda doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw here from Richardson. It's taken in by Sinnott. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's taken down at the 30. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face second down. They'll throw again. Richardson. And it's incomplete. 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe two more snaps. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Richardson back to throw. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll go down here at the 16. So that's halftime now. The Aviators in the lead here in Honolulu. Now we'll head back to the lower 48. Check in with Jonathan Coachman at our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some excellent games to pick from in that early window. So let's highlight the one going on in London, as that promises to give the folks over there a real good taste of NFL football. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We saw a strong first half out of the mobile quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. He's impressed beyond his work as a passer partner. He's been more than willing to run with it when the opportunity has presented itself. And I don't think they care how he does it, right? Just keep on moving that offense the way he's been doing. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Richardson now. Pass taken in by St. Brown. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 29. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They stick with Gainwell. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Call that modest improvements. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And they're going to have a first down. Now Richardson to throw. Got his target, it's Higgins. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
He's going to tuck it and run. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Running back sent in motion. On first down, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's calling his own number again. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Again, this is Gainwell. And he runs this one in for the touchdown. The Aviators grow the lead coming out of halftime. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Gano ends the point after. And the Aviators double their lead to 14. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here's Jones. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Their offense ready to take the field now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Carr with it on first. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Mark Harrison Jr. there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Back to the air, Carr. Dump off caught by his back. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They get to him and bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
What is it, Kate, they say about luck? Isn't luck the crossroads of preparation and opportunity? Well, that's exactly what the safety's done today. Put himself in the right spots and taken advantage. First, recovers the fumble, and now in front of an open lane to get his first sack of the game.
Another drive coming up for this offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only on schedule here, Kate, man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Play action with Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. And they'll make the stop up at the 40-yard line.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Now, hold on a moment, folks. We got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Throwing from the gun here. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that gives them the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, ball at the 36. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Those routes across the field become oh so dangerous the longer that play progresses. It gives him more time to get free, wiggle away from that man-to-man coverage. And with enough time, it's almost inevitable he'll find enough space for a completion.
St. Brown's got it, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Got Sinnott, it's complete. And he drives this forward to the 6. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Aviators stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second-effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Gano's point after is good. And the Aviators stretch their lead to 21. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here's Jones. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They're off running back out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense at any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Trying for the deep ball. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. So that brings up 2nd down. Gibbs now from the gun. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Josie Jewell making that stop. We have an injured player out there now, and it's DJ Moore who's being looked at after being shaken up. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Throwing his car. Gets it to him on the screen. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Throw left side, complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give him a first down. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now they're going to have to figure out this third down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Putting a receiver in motion. A give here to Gainwell. And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. They'll run here with Gainwell. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now Gainwell. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's pretty obvious this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Has it down close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Aviators put up even more points in a win. Gano for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Aviators continue piling onto this lead. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here's Jones. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The offense getting set to go. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Ball at the 33 for first down. Carr here from the gun. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Carr. Able to get it to Moore. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Carr. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Oh, and the rush is too much. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near...
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
4th and forever coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. He's going deep. And he hauls in the interception. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Aviators have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Mitchell up the middle. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Here's Mitchell again. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Again, this is Mitchell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. Past midfield to the 45. And he's down to the 42-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Mitchell. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Mitchell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Here's 2nd and 11. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Escapes the pocket, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Out is Graham Gano to try to knock this through. This 42 yards from the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
On the return, here's Jones. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Back out runs their offense. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Carr now on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Moore. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Carr to the air now. Finds him over the middle. On the move, past the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Carr. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this effort's going to give them an even half dozen tonight. And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now their special teams is involved. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And save for a few moments in that opening quarter, Brock, they pitched a shutout defensively that in the end was the impetus for the victory. They're going to be bummed not to have that goose egg on the board at the end of this one, no doubt, but a performance to be lauded nonetheless. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Aviators emerge as winners as we say aloha from Honolulu.